Hey everybody, we are back from our second day of celebration and go over a few of the things we did today. The first one and main one being that we saw the trailer and reveal title for episode 9. I will post some pictures here as we talk about it. You can go first.
Well, it started off with Warwick Davis came out.
Right.
He did like a little kind of giveaway, talk to the audience kind of thing. So that was pretty cool because I wasn't expecting him to be there.
Right.
And then when it started, they J.J. Abrams and Kathleen Kennedy came out first.
Right. And who was hosting it?
Oh, it was
Stephen Colbert. Yep.
Which also.
It was pretty funny. I knew that he was a big. I knew that he was a big Star Wars fan, and that he, what was it called? Was a Star Wars fan 3 weeks before everybody. So I had read that. Like that was really funny.
Mm-hmm. And then they started with the older cast.
Right.
And I was really hoping that Mark Hamill was going to be there, but he wasn't there. So.
Anthony Daniels was the first one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then
Billy D. Williams,
mm-hmm.
which was really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
And then the new cast came out after that.
Right. And it was not new cast. It was the cast from the previous movie, except for one cast member,
mm-hmm.
Who is the cast member that is rumored to be Lando's daughter. And she, when asked the questions, didn't say yes or no. She said, well, Lando is the most eligible bachelor in the galaxy or something like that, right? Something to that extent. So they did the Q&A and answered questions and stuff. And then did they say, they introduced a new droid too at that point. And they said, oh, do we have anything else? And while we're going over this, we'll be, as probably you have already seen, we're putting pictures up of the cast members and things like that. But just so you are aware, as we're talking through. And then they said, do you have anything else to share? Anything else? And he said, oh, well, do you want a teaser? And everybody was like clapping and stuff. And so then they turned the house lights down. They said, okay, well, we're gonna walk off the stage before we started. Mm-hmm. They walked off the stage and then they started it, and it was
really good.
It was so good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness, I was like having to take breaths, and even thinking about it right now, I'm getting dizzy. I'm like, oh my goodness, it was so good, just so good. The music was incredible. The scenes that they showed from it were just really, really neat. Do you want to go through a couple of your favorite scenes? What were your 2 or 3 favorite scenes?
When they showed the Falcon and Lando,
right, coming at a light speed.
Yeah.
Right.
And then when they are on a planet, and then they cut to, and it's I believe it's the Death Star smashed up. Right,
that's what I think too. So we're thinking possibly it's going to be either Yavin 4 or one of the moons of Endor where that could have crashed. But again, that's speculation. We're not 100% sure. So.
Oh, and of course, the Emperor's laugh.
Oh, that's right, the Emperor's laugh, and then the actor Ian McDiarmid came out on stage after, and everybody was cheering, but he didn't say anything. And I thought it might be Mark Hamill. I didn't know who exactly it was at first. We were standing and looking, and then we saw who it was. And then he said, what did he say? Roll it again.
Mm-hmm.
Or something. And it was everyone was cheering, and it was so good. My top 3, actually, 2 of them kind of were Kylo Ren's. Mm-hmm. I loved, he just took the exhaust port from his lightsaber, which is the part that comes out the side, and just stabbed it into somebody and just threw him down to the ground. But the music at that point was really, it was a throwback to original trilogy, I think. I'm not sure if you picked up on the music cue, but that was really cool. And then when he was etching his helmet, I'm not 100% sure why he's etching his helmet, but he's putting these red, almost where your skull has not cracks in it, but it's fused together. It looks kind of like that, where it's jagged through his helmet in red, and that was really, it just for some reason struck me as really interesting. Mm-hmm. I'm why would they put that in the trailer? What's going on? And just really interested me and really made me ask a lot of questions.
Did his helmet get smashed?
One of it, yeah, he smashed his helmet up, so he's going back to the helmet somehow. Mm-hmm. and I'm not sure why. Because like why go back to the helmet? There's so many unanswered questions about that in particular. I'm like, why did that end up in this teaser? Like, why is that important? It's like everything else, the characters and everything. Like, I understand why they're in it and everything, and then you show something like that, and I'm like, there's something there. So just like that piques my interest, and I like that. I like that they piqued my interest there. And then my other favorite part was Carrie Fisher. Hugging Ray, and then they showed it from Ray's angle, and Ray was crying. I was like, that was touching, and it was really well done. It definitely looks like it fits like really well. And J.J. Abrams did talk about saying like you cannot recast that character. You can never recast that character, and stuff like that. And that he was glad that there was the footage to use and that it's really well done and everything. So from what I saw just from that one little clip with her in it, it looks really good, Leia. So I'm really was really happy with that. And just in general, I picked 3 totally different things than you did, not because I didn't like the things that you did, but because I wanted to talk about more things. It's like really exciting, just really, really, really good. Also, when they gave us the hats, they also gave us free McDonald's, which was really neat. We took some pictures of that also. There was a cheeseburger, right? Fries and apple slices and a Happy Meal box. But the Happy Meal box was episode 9 themed, which is, what's episode 9 called?
The Rise of Skywalker.
The Rise of Skywalker. We'll post the thing up, the picture.
That title.
It's just so good. Yeah. And Mark Hamill did the voiceover. So I'm guessing there has to be a Force Ghost or something in it. Has to be, at minimum, because with Star Wars, you think somebody's gone. Let's go through the list now. Palpatine, not actually gone apparently. Yoda comes back as Force Ghost, and Obi-Wan comes back as a Force Ghost, and the voice of Qui-Gon comes back, and Darth Maul, I think he's gone. He comes back like just when you think somebody's gone, they're not really gone. But that's the way that it is with life anyway. So it's really cool how they fuse that in. When you think that you've lost what you've lost, you're always reminded that person is not actually gone. That they're always going to be with you. And I like that Star Wars does touch on themes like that. It's really good. Beyond that, we came back into the main floor hall and went right to a panel, I believe, right? Or did we go to the floor for a little bit?
Yeah, we went to the floor for a little bit.
Yeah, but not for very long because we had to get right back to one of the panels. I don't think did you buy something at that point?
No, at that point.
I don't think I did either. I think we looked at stuff. I was looking for some parts for some of my figures and ships. But we went back up and we caught the holiday special panel on collecting holiday special toys and memorabilia and things like that. That was really interesting. I like that. There were some things that I actually learned. Not that I know everything about it, but sometimes you think, well, there's not going to be very much, and there was actually quite a bit. It was really really interesting, and we did get a Star Wars tot, like one of the small little pins. We actually both got one. We opened one, and this year's are really cool because they're more like Power of the Force because they come with a little coin, and the Power of the Force figures came with the little coins. Then we split up at that point. I went to the next panel in that room, which was weird and whimsical collectibles, which was, again, really interesting, really neat. They did talk a little bit about bootlegs and stuff like that. And while I was there, you went to the floor for a little bit and then went to see the Timothy Zahn panel. What did you think of the Timothy Zahn panel?
Oh, I thought it was pretty good. Yeah. He talked a lot about Thrawn and the new Thrawn book that's coming out. And then he talked a little bit about when he first started writing for Star Wars and that kind of stuff. But it was really good.
Yep, and you said that he talked a lot about how Disney is giving him some ideas because...
because in Thrawn Alliances, I think that's what the title is. I'm not sure. I have the book, but I haven't started reading it yet. They're on that too.
Right. Cool. And then from there, we got back together while she was in there and my panel had edited. I went downstairs and I was looking for a John Hollis who played Lobot autograph for a while. He had passed away, so it's one that it's going to be tougher and tougher to find. You had tried to order one for me from before, and the person never got back to you, right? Or they found out they didn't have it.
Like
And they did have one that John Hollis had signed a piece of paper or a letter or something, and then it was framed with a picture, so it wasn't the autograph on the picture. The other guy was looking for one that he thought he had, he couldn't find it, and he said that was 100, and the other one was 90, the one with just the picture that was separate from the autograph. And then I was looking through another guy's autographs that were in like a spinning rack, and I found John Hollis' autograph, and it said $30, and it was a little tiny bit smudged, but not too bad at all. And like my wallet was out, and money was like thrown at the guy, and I was running before anybody had the opportunity to say no. But yeah, I paid that $30 and walked with it. I was really happy, and I'm not sure if when they put it in the sleeve, if they put it in one that already had a price on it, or how exactly this worked out. But there's a price of $100 underneath the price of $30. So I don't know if somebody messed up and re-stickered it or something like that. I'm not exactly sure how that happened, but I think that somebody made a mistake. But I benefited from that. It was like a really good find. So I definitely got that. And then I brought it up, and I was tricking her. I said, "Oh, I bought something," and she asked what it was, and she said picker didn't happen. And I took a picture, but I slid my phone over as I took the picture, so it was all blurry. And she said, "Look at that picture." I could tell she was getting heated in the panel, but it was pretty funny. And I said, "We have to just come out and see what it is." And she came out. Were you surprised?
Yeah, I was surprised.
Yeah, so it was funny. And then from there, we went back on the show floor a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that when I bought some of the Millennium Falcon parts?
Mm-hmm.
So I got a canopy, and I got the I'm just trying to say trapdoor, but that's on the Death Star. Got the ramp for the Millennium Falcon. I didn't get the struts for it. I don't think they had them there. But as long as I can kind of clip that in place, that'll be okay for now. I'm just going to get parts here or there until I build up. And that actually place had some other good parts for like speeder bikes and things like that. Some really cool merch. So I'm going to try to possibly swing back another time. And then we went to the panel on...
I got something.
Oh, that's right.
Down there.
What did you get?
I got...
Oh, I took a picture of it.
Oh, well, I have it right over here. An Ursula purse.
Ursula purse.
Mm-hmm. It's Danielle McCole. I think that the lady did use it before. There's a little bit of a pen mark on there.
If she used it with all the tags and the plastic on the chain.
Yeah. I don't know. I think maybe she could have like rewrapped it or something.
Maybe.
Because she was saying like, I really loved her or something like that. Like saying like, pretty much speaking as if that she did use us.
Right.
But yeah, that was really exciting and it was a good find. I was really surprised. I went in originally because I saw some Jim Shore figures, so I was looking around there and she had a lot of cool stuff. But I just had to go with this.
Very good.
And then it was a Disney day because we also saw Baymax.
That's right, we saw Baymax. We'll have to show you a picture. That dress is a Jedi.
Yeah.
And I actually twice walked by and was looking, and they have a thing that says plan your vacation.
Oh, yeah.
But I walked by, and the one guy looked at me, and I said, "It's already booked. We've already booked it." So, you also bought a necklace.
Yes.
With one of the Disney squishies that we used to collect those a lot too. Yeah. So that was cool. It's the Han and Carbonite. So that's good. I have to get a picture of that and put up too because I didn't take a picture of it. But I'm trying to think. You bought that while I was in finishing my panel up, right? And then after we were done with that, we went back up to the droid building panel, which was really interesting. They talked a little bit about 3D printing, which is something that I'm pretty interested in as well. And then once I was done, we went back to the floor for a little bit, right? And I bought 2 more autograph holders, 8x10. We might get, and again, this will be talking about tomorrow, we might swing by and check out Bobby Moynihan's if he has a DuckTales autograph, like or pictured autograph or not. And then we hopped on the bus, again ended up in the parking lot, like the underground parking lot, walking through cars driving by us. Walked in to get in line, and the security was like, "Oh, you have to get rechecked." Same thing happened to us the day before. Like, somehow we just keep ending up in the parking lot instead of actually where we need to be. But I think I know now what we need to do.
Yeah, we asked 2 different people.
Yeah.
They can tell us where we need to go to get the shuttle. And
yeah, both sent us in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And I told the security that was trying to check us, I was like, you realize like your own security told us to walk through the thing, leave the venue, walk through the underground parking lot, and back into the venue to get checked in. It was okay. But they let us in and we got in line. We don't have to wait too long for the bus either.
Yeah, but when we were waiting, we saw a Cruella de Vil. But instead of a like a fur coat,
with instead of the fur coat with Dalmatians, it was
porgs.
And she said, "Have you seen any porgs?" It was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, so it was a lot of good Disney stuff. And then I'm trying to think what then we rode the bus back and we got some pizza. The pizza was pretty good. We didn't get deep dish. I don't like tomatoes too much, and deep dish is usually pretty tomatoey. But I thought the pizza was pretty good, very cheesy. And we did have to wait a long time for it because there's a lot of people getting pizza. But that was our day today. And looking kind of ahead for tomorrow, the very first panel I think is at 10:30. I'm not going to go through all the times, but it's on Tall Toys. It's a collecting one for Australian toys. Again, we should get one of the Star Wars tots. Then the Galaxy's Edge panel we didn't get into, but we're still going to try to watch it from the show floor. They have a big screen set up.
And they're also streaming it on DisneyBlog.com too,
right.
So you could also watch it there because there's Wi-Fi.
Right. But I think Jessica's going to watch that and then give her kind of 2 cents on what they went over and any information that we get from that. Because at the end of that, like the last half hour or so, there's a prototypes and unreleased toys panel in the collecting room. I'm going to go to that again, get one of the Star Wars tots. And then a palette toy panel, again, in the collecting panel room. So there's 3 Star Wars collecting ones. If I can get into each one, I'm going to do that because I do like collecting. So that would be, the palette toy would be the last one for that. Actually, there's 4 collecting panels that day, but that's split. There's a panel after the palette toy one is art and technique of designing Star Wars. I don't remember if that's the 3D printing one. That the 3D printing one might be the day after. I'll have to double check, but it is on designing, and part of 3D printing is design. I do like that aspect of it. And then it's Kenner from Model to Concept is the last panel that we were planning on doing, and that's another collecting one.
And then we also have the D23 viewing of Return of the Jedi.
That's right. So we're going to that last panel should end at 5:30. So we're going to hook up, grab an Uber down to the theater. I think it's AMC. What was that, a 20-minute walk or a maybe longer walk, right?
A longer walk, yeah.
Yeah, longer walk.
Like a 15-minute drive.
Yeah. So we're Uber down, watch the movie, and then Uber back to the hotel after that. So it might be really late when we put up our video tomorrow night, or maybe early the next day, but we'll try to do that again for you guys. If you guys are watching these, you have any specific questions, ask us. We'll try to get to the bottom of it. Sometimes we're asking people questions too. We don't always know exactly what's going on, such as trying to get that light speed standby pass for Galaxy's Edge. It's supposed to be on the app. We can't get it. We can't access it. But I think a lot of people are running into some issues. But we're trying to take everything in stride and still have a super awesome time. Have a lot of fun. And I am so far. Are you? Yeah, it's celebration, and we're celebrating, especially this episode 9 was great. So again, if you have any questions, let us know. If you have a Star Wars fan in your life or a Disney fan, please share this with them. If you are a Disney fan yourself or a Star Wars fan yourself, please like it, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. So, do you have anything else?
Nope.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys tomorrow. We're going to try to get some sleep tonight so we're fresh for tomorrow. All right. See you guys later.